I decided to make a video today of me in my backyard. Yesterday was the first day of spring, but I wasn't feeling very spring-like because it was thundering and raining. I guess those are parts of spring. But today I'm feeling super spring-like because it's nice and warm outside. It feels great. I'm out in the backyard, Gidget's running around. We're having a wonderful time. It's also a Spirit Wear Friday at my school, so I decided to bring that to my homeschool situation too and have Spirit Wear all by myself. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about a piece of music called Spring. And I have some movement that we're going to do with it, and I have some puppets that I'm going to share with you too. This piece of music was written by a man named Antonio Vivaldi, and Vivaldi was actually born in 1678. Whoa, long time ago, in Venice, Italy. Vivaldi looked like this. Let me get a picture of him for you. This is a caricature. So it is an artist who drew the picture of Antonio Vivaldi. And it's in the style where those have like smaller bodies but big heads. And you may notice Vivaldi has a wig on because Vivaldi lived at the same time at about when George Washington lived too. So underneath that wig, he does have some hair though, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. So Vivaldi was born in 1678, and his father taught him how to play the violin, just like me. I play violin. So his father taught him how to play violin, and they gave some concerts together. And by the time that Vivaldi was 15, he decided to be a priest. His father wanted him to be a priest. So he took a job. When he was a priest, he took a job at an orphanage for little girls, and he taught these girls all how to play violin, just like him. And in fact, very soon after he started this orchestra and practiced with these girls and taught them, they became one of the best known orchestras in all of Italy and one of the best disciplined and the best sounding orchestras. That's pretty neat because it was made up of all little girls who didn't have moms and dads. They relied on their orphanage to take care of them. Well, a lot of people called Vivaldi the Red Priest because he had red hair underneath that wig. But he wasn't your typical priest. He wouldn't say mass. He didn't do those kinds of things that priests usually did. Vivaldi said it was because he had asthma and he wasn't able to do his priestly duties. But other people said it was because Vivaldi stopped mass sometimes and would leave the altar to write down his musical ideas. I gotta say I understand Vivaldi about that, because sometimes I have ideas and I just gotta stop everything to write them down. I bet you have ideas too that sometimes you just gotta stop and run with that idea. So Vivaldi did. Well, Vivaldi died when he was 63 years old, and he had moved to Austria by that time. And Vivaldi wrote tons and tons and tons of music, and a lot of it you actually will recognize. In fact, the piece that I'm going to play for you today, you are most likely going to recognize. It's a very, very, very popular piece. In fact, some people even think that it's a little too popular and it's boring, but I don't think it's boring. You're gonna love it. So this piece is called Spring. It's from Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. And each one of these seasons that Vivaldi composed or wrote about, when he was composing his music, he wanted to give some musical jokes. So when you're listening to this, Vivaldi wanted you to be able to imagine birds singing, bees buzzing, a thunderstorm. I know at my house, we had a tornado drill last night. We all had to run down to the basement because we heard the tornado sirens going off. So we even got to practice a tornado drill in our remote learning situation last night. I digress. Let me get back to the point. So he wanted us to hear like a thunderstorm going on, and then he wanted us to hear all of the flowers growing and all the joyful things that we see in spring. So I'm going to act all this out with you, and I want you to do some of the movement with me. We're going to begin just by patting and clapping and patting and clapping, the steady beat. And then there's a part of the piece of music that's going to repeat and repeat and repeat. We call that in music the refrain. So during the refrain, I'd like you to do this. Walk, 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 walk. And then we'll turn in a circle. Why don't you practice that with me? Okay, go ahead and stand up, get off the sofa, gotta get your steps in. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Walk, 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 walk. What comes next? And then we turn in a circle. Then repeat it. Walk, 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 walk. What comes next? And then you turn in a circle. Then I'm going to be sharing with you all the different verses, so to speak. And you're going to hear the different birds, the bumblebees, the thunderstorm, and it's all really something you need to use your imaginations with. The instruments are going to make these sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and put this music on. Make sure my speaker's on and stuff. Make sure I got my music all situated. Hold on, let me start again. Okay, I believe we are all ready. Okay, you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. You know, I always say technology's awesome when it works. There it goes. Okay, hopefully technology's gonna work now. So that was Sprung by Antonio Vivaldi. Have you heard it before? It was familiar, wasn't it? It's a very, very, very popular piece of music by a very, very, very popular Italian composer named... What was his name? Vivaldi! Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed it today. I had a great time with you. Make sure you get outside in your backyard a little bit today before it starts to rain or get yucky again. I miss ya. Bye-bye.